It's the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chiefs and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
We're in a city built on 7 hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Piccore Stadium. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more...
And the year of the new season is gone as we hit the middle third of the schedule. It's away here in Week 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Well, here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting him to the end zone. 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. If he does that again here, they should be winners.
Completes this one to Chase. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. They wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did. Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted now. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Sent to the ground by Josh Newton. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down. Another throw for Mahomes. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Finds a seam left side and off to the races. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
12, 11, Thomas.
Back to the well again. The sideline, past the 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield. And a back who can show off his wheels.
And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 42-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Got Washington. It's complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10.
Burrow out of the shotgun. And the man is there to knock that away.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To throw again, it's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down around the 34. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Burrow from the gun. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23.
Play action now. Burrow gets out of trouble. Vacates quickly left side. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. That one goes for 15. And now they're going to have 1st and goal.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
1st down from the red zone. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Rock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every round, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. Right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with. And when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for him.
That one right down the middle. The Bengals tie this game 7-7. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. He's stopped on the return to the 27. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
At the 36-yard line.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Okay, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now it comes with third down.
He has the first over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll get this one to Brown. He'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. 2nd and 3 now. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and the Chiefs are going to have first down. They just get the play off. Hauled in by Worthy. And they bring him down around the 34. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. From the 34. This one finds Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Now we'll pause for an injury that nobody wants to see. That is Travis Kelsey in need of some assistance. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Well, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty. So we jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Throwing again, Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bengals 7.
The Chiefs get lined up and they will kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11 mighty, 12, 12, 12, 11 MT, take, 11
Out of
MT,
the gun,
take.
they'll give it to him inside. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You've got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
As the lane past the 45. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
11, 11, 11 MT,
Burrow
11
setting
MT.
up the play action. And the 1st down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Stop.
Now Burrow. It's taken in by Washington. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. They slated downs to approach here from the 40.
First down.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. 2nd and 3 now.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
Here we go.
2nd and 3.
Stop. Stop.
Throwing it again here. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Loss of 6 yards.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Finds his man Chase. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
A gain of 7.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30.
At the 30-yard line.
So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you've got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's in the... Down he goes! The Bengals get to him! And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the 1st half. But hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, of baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher. Just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He breaks the tackle. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be Bengals football.
11, 11, 11, 12, 12, 12.
Here's the long back on the handoff. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10. at the 27-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's incomplete left side.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
On third down, here's Burrow. Hits his running back. Takes out a one-stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Complete out to the right side. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the Chiefs'
Here we go.
43-yard line.
Right, 80.
From the 43. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense holds it. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. And it's the Bengals. Looking at 2nd and 1. To throw again, it's Burrow. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Burrow out of the shotgun. That's going to be caught by Washington. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Right, 80. Right, shot. Right, 80. Right, shot. Back.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. This one's caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Some fancy footwork here for the touchdown. The Bengals earn the chance to tie before halftime. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. The Bengals tie things up at 14. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Chiefs getting out there on offense one last time in this opening half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. 1st down throw, Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 47. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
First down, Chiefs.
Brady from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He finds Brown right side. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
A final throw before the break. He lofts it deep, right sideline. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. So we've arrived at halftime. The Chiefs with a lead so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tyreek Hill up near 200 yards receiving with 2 touchdown catches as well. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jerron Brown, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. A.J. Brown, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. Throwing on 1st down. Mahomes. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 28-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
1st down, Kansas City.
Now it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And get it to Rasheed Rice, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
1st down, Chiefs.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. They'll get this one to Brown. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You throw it into a spot and believe it, your guy can get there.
Another throw from Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And they catch catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stuffed at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Pacheco has the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game.
Bengals 14.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. He fields it from the 8. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. It kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach right at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just do.
Second down run by Pacheco. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Dax Hill. And the Bengals are going to have it after the 2nd interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time when they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll run here on 1st down. This is ahead for about 5. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Burrow setting up the play action. Throw left side, complete. And they have that one contained right at the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Burrow from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Field goal unit coming on. Looks like the Bengals will settle for 3. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash.
We see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chiefs headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They've got a man in motion. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Rice. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Defensive play, Jarrett loose, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Shakes himself free. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Bengals back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. And what we saw in the first half wasn't an anomaly, partner. They kept throwing it to him as we worked throughout the rest of this game, and the results have been just as good. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
At the 23-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and either finish that run.
This one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, they'll run. Jukes with the defender. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swooning.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. It's fielded at the 14. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The visitors ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Offense to the line for 2nd down. formation. It's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
On target to Worthy. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
31, Bengals 17.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Got Washington, it's complete. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. It's taken in by Washington. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop the hips right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Put him in the spin cycle. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That's going to be caught by Washington. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Complete on the option. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Going jumbo set on this first and goal.
1 yard line.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. He's in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals now within one score in the fourth. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. The Bengals jump the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They go play action. It's Mahomes. He puts some juice on the deep throw down the middle. Right connected with Xavier Worthy there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Does him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Still on his feet. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Bengals returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. On first down, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
4th and 3, drive on the line. He's back to throw. That one's complete right side. And he'll get it over the 38-yard line before going down. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Turbo touch.
Throwing is Burrow. Could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs make the play that should win them this game.
coaching. They drill this all the time on the practice field about becoming a runner, finding the near sideline, your defensive players becoming blockers. And I know it doesn't show up as a ton of return yards on the stat sheet, but boy, every yard's important and critical in the game of football.
The visitors and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
A few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job, now you got to do yours.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Motioning in the tight end now. Counter give here to Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Final timeout taken by the Bengals. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And they could really use a good one here. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They're coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Setting up to pass. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
11 Thomas. 11, 11, 11. 11 Mighty. 12, 12, 12.
Here he is to throw. Could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs make the play that should win them this game.
That's now the second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's the hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And even with a good amount to the final 2 minutes remaining, no timeouts left, so they should be able to kneel this out. It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And they bring him down around the 34. Even 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs, as we say so long from Cincinnati.